school is just useless, absolutely useless. If I just look back and look at my life just from the school perspective, I would be a total loser.
Okay, but now your children are still small. They're going to the kindergarten, right?
No, this is why I'm talking about it. No, and I don't. They can do whatever they want. If they want to go to the kindergarten, they can go. If they want to go to school, they can go to school. But I realized the girl is 3.5. Yeah, the boy is 4.75. I can tell you, after only 6 months in an English-speaking country, they both speak fluent English, which took me 3 years at school, and I was not even able to speak a proper English. I was not able to lead a conversation.
Yeah, because you don't live the language here.
Yeah, that shows me that, in fact, we don't really need this kind of pressure, because it's somehow naturally given that we learn, you see. I don't know what my kids want to do, but you know, they see what we do, they see these horns, they see the muscle test, they see that, they know about the food, which is good, which is bad, so they're just brought up in this.
Okay, but this is a quality you bring into your family and you live it.
I could not live it here. I could not. They would stop me. Definitely.
Okay, so this is the main reason why...
One reason. Another reason is that what I already told you, you just have, it's not as regulated as here.
Okay.
You're just freer to do whatever you want.
So, but what are the reasons why the people should come to you and visit you in Uganda?
I did not say anybody should come. You see, if I can live there and I feel really very happy most of the times, besides when we travel on some really lousy roads, but let's say this takes...
This is also adventure, right?
Sometimes it's adventure, sometimes it's really annoying. So it's right what you say, sometimes it's really adventurous. Last time we were traveling, it was heavy rainfall, and we didn't know if we were going to make this passage because water was about 50 centimeters on the road. So I have never experienced something like this in my life before. So this is right, it's somehow adventure. On the other side, which people might not know, it's for the last 40 years it's very stable. Yeah? Even though you see some things on TV when some political oppositions go to the street. I mean, I can also show you some stuff in England when they burn down whole areas in London, or I can show you some bad stuff going on in you know what I mean. Eh? So I'm not affected in any way
So you feel safe?
So far I feel totally safe, and I traveled a lot.
You traveled to these national parks?
Yeah, we traveled, and I have never met or seen any violence at all. Not once. We saw accidents, but we also see accidents here. And for me, it's just it's a very nice country in a way, because it's unspoiled. You see, when you live, you are right, Switzerland is just fantastic. But since I traveled through Uganda, it's just only number 2 now, because you know, industry is a good thing, but on the other side, it's also spoiling our landscape. If you travel to Switzerland, you have to go really to the mountains to see real landscape and nature.
Untouched nature.
Yeah, untouched, and there it's just, you can find that still. Also, I mean, we know that they also chop down their rainforests because they want sugar. But I think all in all, it's a good country. It's worth for tourists, by the way. You might not know. It's a great touristic country. It's not yet developed touristically, but you have good roads, great landscapes to see.
I saw a little video on YouTube about Uganda, so it showed also the Victoria Falls, which are great for fishing. They were catching huge fishes, about between 50 and 100 kilos, and the trek.
Gorilla trekking.
The gorilla trekking.
But this is a bit expensive. You see, this is gorilla trekking costs you per tour $500 just permission. So it's not everybody thing to I don't know, it's up to the people, but I think it's a bit expensive anyway.
But it is also not just to protect these areas, not to live in or to attract the mass tourists.
Yeah, there are no masses yet. Even in Rwanda, they have a well-established tourism, but there's no mass like in Europe. No,
okay, so if someone wants to see the untouched African nature and the wildlife, so they should visit Uganda.
I think it's. I've never been to Tanzania. I've just flown over Kenya when it was very dry and there was a severe drought. Uganda has several advantages. The climate. It's never too hot. You are up above sea level 1,100 meters.
So, all over, or is it like a plateau?
No, it's like a plateau, but then you have very high mountains up to 4,500. And
that's the reason why there are no mosquitoes, dangerous mosquitoes.
That's right. In this beautiful mountain lake, there are no mosquitoes, no snakes, nothing at all. Where I live close to a swamp, really. Mosquito is not an issue so far. Surprisingly, really. Surprisingly. So climate is number one. Every day between 25, 28 centigrades. If it's raining, mainly it's raining at night. Starts at midnight, up to 5, 6 in the morning. Heavy rain. And then you have a day off. You can do your job during the day. Not always, but 90% for sure. What else? You have great soil. Everything grows.
Because it's unspoiled.
No, it's spoiled, sure. I mean, they are humans. They chop down their trees and they make big mistakes down there. They are not holy people in the sense that they know what they do. They make the same mistakes what we did, let's say, 150 years ago. We also had to realize, stop chopping down the trees, otherwise we get heavy erosion in the Alps, in the Black Forest. They are facing the same stuff now. They have to find out new things, new solutions.
So they have to invite the Swiss scientists to protect their own land.
The Swiss scientists and these advisors, they create the same mess which they create here, because they advise them to plant pine trees. So you can see huge plantations with pine trees. What will this cause in the long term? If they are unlucky, they get the Borken careful.
Exactly.
And it's just prone to disease. So they chop down the very beautiful. I spent 1-2 days in the Rainforest Lodge, and it's just amazing. You see, it's really amazing. It's also amazing here, but there it's really, you cannot experience something like this in Europe. It's impossible. You have to go to Africa to experience this. This is the only place except South America. But there, the climate for me is not as nice as in this Central Africa. These are the main advantages for me.
Okay.
So I welcome you. Really, we can take you around, have a good time. I would say minimum 2 weeks is necessary to be able to. Minimum 2 weeks to grasp at least, let's say, the most beautiful spots. Welcome to Uganda. Welcome to Switzerland, by the way. I just met some American guys in Lago Maggiore. They also liked it very much. But it's just a different world, you see. Here the rich people, they're also sick. And over there the poor people, they're also sick.
Okay.
Alright, thank you very much for watching and listening.